Let's call the meeting to order then at 7:38. Have one of you volunteered to take minutes tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Back to the right. And, but our first item is review of the January minutes. And I see, and I'm just gonna correct the misspelling of my last name.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. No, I just spelled it.
Now, Rick, you just changed it, but I'm looking at the version in the new drive and it's here correct. So
I think it shows up on the document. Look to me, because I made a tiny change, a small change myself. It's just adding in the date, that's the deadline for,
So maybe I see Dawn and I are in the same document, but I don't see any of you guys. in
okay,
the
yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
Do you see me?
no,
Okay, we must be in a different version.
I am in the Norwood State Commission, Google Drive, meetings minutes, 2026 folder. And it's called draft 2026.
Oh, I'm on meetings.
Oh, draft 2026. Are you on the agenda or?
Because the agenda is,
I was looking at last month's.
Minutes. Okay.
oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were looking at the agenda, got it.
Oh, so okay, 2, 3. Wait a minute.
Minutes 2026, no, yes,
Mm-hmm.
draft.
Draft for,
There's
January.
there's minutes, I got it.
okay.
Yes, I see Carson.
Okay.
Do you see me?
No,
I just see Carson.
I still only see Dawn.
oh, now I see Dawn.
I just.
Oh, I see Dawn.
Okay. So I went, Rick, I wonder if I gave you access to the whole document or something, because it came to my email that you wanted, so I shared it with you, but I had to go into the new Shade Tree Commission files and go to the 2026 to get some meetings to get to that document. So I'm gonna close the other document.
That's where I thought I was, but let me.
You go out and share it with everybody.
Okay.
Which, I'm sorry, we're not in the agenda
We're looking at the minutes
from the last, okay,
to review the minutes and we're trying to.
which I had on my laptop and now I can.
Do you want to look at it?
No, I'm sure. Sorry, and I brought my huge bag and I didn't have my laptop.
Now you're
You're
in
there?
the right place.
Okay.
I had to go back to
Yes, I see
your
that.
original email.
Okay.
Yeah, that way.
Okay. Christina, how about you? See it or no?
Minutes. Oh, this is modified date. I just need permission. Draft 2016 minutes. But I might logged in.
Is it? It's in the Norberg
Yeah.
Commission Gmail?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so is it my Taylor training?
Yes,
Yeah, that, okay.
that's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I see the folder and I see the
Yes,
minutes.
so you're in there as an editor.
It's not even letting me request access. It's not even letting me click on it.
Oh, maybe it's because you're on your phone. Do
Yeah, so sorry.
you want to come sit next to me?
You know what, I'll take your
Okay.
check.
Or Dawn, I mean,
Or Dawn.
I'll look over this.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
No,
so we're
it's
looking at January.
Yep, it all looks good, or no, I'm on the right one. Yeah, this is fine to me. Everything looks good.
Sometimes.
We confirmed the schedule.
Afterwards.
We nominated and voted
I know
on,
nothing.
and discussed all these things. I think we're good. Other business.
And
But
is
I've
this
never
the same
taken
one
the,
that
I've never taken the person who's saying anything.
Yeah, so we're good.
I think that like, if there's something that agrees.
I move that we approve the minutes, from the January 6th meeting. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Ron seconds.
All
Oh,
in
Rick.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, great. 5-0. All right, now I'm going to close that, so I don't get confused with our current agenda, which is strikingly similar. Public comment, I don't see any members of the public here. Are we, Carson, was anybody online? I
No,
imagine not, but,
no.
okay, thank you.
And the meeting is being recorded, so. Awesome.
Okay. As usual, give any of you the opportunity to say anything as a member of the public rather than the commission. Very good. Okay, no public comment. The next item, we kind of just did. New Google Drive and shared Gmail. Thank you, Bettina.
Okay.
For taking care of that. Anything that you want to say about it, tell us to do or not to do, or?
You know, I just was saying to Dawn that I realized after we had the conversation, and I have the same issue at work, that things that are created by somebody and shared are still belong to that person. So if that person leaves, their documents could go away. So I think in terms of the things that are important to keep in here, like the minutes and the agendas, I will always upload those from the Narberth Shade Tree, or anyone can, because we all have access to that account, the Narberth Shade Tree Commission, but they should not be owned by somebody else and shared into the folder. If I see that, I'll just download and re-upload. So, I mean, this is how I understand Google.
To that,
Things get grayed out and then you can't
can't get to them anymore.
Yeah.
To that, is anything connected to Taylor training? Like, you mentioned, and now I can't find the email, you mentioned that you were having trouble getting in because I created it. Did I create a shared folder? Was there something attached to Taylor's?
I don't think so.
Okay,
But I noticed like in the minutes, like a lot of them are just grayed out, so maybe they belong to somebody else and then they just were deleted. In which case, like I used to have minutes from like many years back and now I only have, like in those few that had disappeared from last year, I don't know what happened to those.
Well, you know what, I combed through and I talked to Kelsey again, Kelsey Fisher in the borough office. And Rick had mentioned in passing that I could have written over the two that were missing. It was April and I believe June.
Mhm.
We had two that were missing. Everything else I could find, everything else I had a trail where we sent it, shared it with the borough office. I had an email with the attachment.
Mhm.
So I even looked up Alan Gazzardo because he was the person who was most recently in that position.
Right.
So I told Kelsey that I think that we just have to blame it on human error on my part. It was my error
Mhm.
that I must have gone in and opened it, and instead of making a copy, maybe it seems like an
Yeah,
odd
I know.
thing.
Well, we can have.
Because I usually make a copy,
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's what we have.
Are we supposed to be giving somebody a copy of our minutes
Yes.
after the fact? Are we
Yeah.
doing that?
When they ask.
When I
Okay.
ask, but we should. She is an editor on our, I
Who?
believe, Kelsey is an editor on
On what?
agendas.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have to send her something and,
and
So
so
I
will they
often
save
share-
them, so they, does the borough say, okay?
Yeah.
no, we're supposed to initiate that, and
Sure,
Send
and
them.
she does always ask for them,
she does.
so, okay.
So the minutes should be sent to Kelsey after we approve them? I
After
can
we
do that.
approve them.
If I take the minutes, I'll send them to.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you don't
I
mind.
do think we should, I didn't even do it with the agenda this time. We should get in the habit of making PDFs.
Oh, right.
Sending PDFs so that we don't accidentally overwrite anything.
Yes, okay.
So Bettina, like, if you want to right now, go
Yes.
ahead and take the January minutes PDF and then send them.
Okay.
Before we all forget.
I just wanted to make sure, because I'm having some problems with my drive and I've been deleting files, wanted to make sure that I was not the culprit. when
Oh,
deleting
I don't know, I
files.
mean, I have no
Because-
idea, we're,
I
They're
mean,
just great, I don't know.
They're small documents,
Yeah.
I've been going after my big stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine that I would have said, I need to get rid of this shade tree agenda from, but, if it was like a lot of, and I wouldn't have been the document owner of that many of them, I think, I just.
So let me just ask you a question. Would it work? So I understand our concern that if carson.narberth.stc@gmail.com
mhm,
was no longer on the commission,
mhm.
could we just leave it? If I left the commission, but that carson.narberth.stc@gmail remained,
Mhm.
but I didn't use it anymore,
Mhm.
would that solve our problem of the documents no longer being?
Yeah, I mean, then they would still be there.
Yeah, I mean, that is another reason for you three to do a STC Gmail. Just so you have them as it's its own thing separate from your personal stuff.
Right.
So when you leave the commission.
That's why I moved everything off of my phone.
I know, but I'm just saying, going forward, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but, so me having this distinct email that's only for Shade Tree, I don't use it for anything else. Then when I leave the Shade Tree Commission, that means that anything I share with that account would still be there, isn't that right?
Mhm.
I mean, it could get to be weird after 15 years and the editors, reviewers but.
Yeah.
So what was the other concern though? There was one other thing you wanted to discuss, Bettina. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering from your email when we were talking about was it that there were still some files that were in your drive? Maybe not. If you don't have any concerns, then
Here's my, let's see. So everything's on the new drive, the account. There, no, nothing else.
Okay, great. Good. Well, kudos to Bettina for your good work on that. Nice.
My storage was getting full. Not just from this, but from other stuff, so I started cleaning and realized. Just makes sense.
There's a lot in there. All right. Well, the next item, suddenly in some doubt or questionable, I don't know, spring planting 2026. As you're all aware, the borough has informed us that they've made a decision. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know who made the decision to limit our spending only to trees that meet the tree ordinance definition of a shade tree. I don't have any more information than that. I know you all know immediately the effects that would have on our planting days. This past planting, what did we plant, 40-ish trees, maybe 38,
38.
40, and we don't think any of them were right-of-way trees.
One of mine was.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, that's true, that's right.
I know you all know that trees don't follow the imaginary lines of property boundaries or right-of-way lines, and you know, the oxygen the trees make don't stay in one place. So I understand, like, at face value why council or someone would say we're not paying for somebody's landscaping. But the intention I thought always was, make Narberth greener. The borough did Ready for 100 and all these other initiatives, so.
And did they also approve the Tree City,
Mhm.
which requires a certain percentage of the budget being
Yes,
allocated to tree
correct.
trees?
Yes. Yeah, and as we know, many members of council have been involved in the Shade Tree Commission, the Shade Tree plantings. They volunteered with us, so they've all known what we've been doing, how and where we've been planting trees. So I'm as surprised as anybody to get this email today. So what do we want to do?
I think we need to ask for clarification, explanation, where it's coming from. and-
Just an email to the town?
Yeah.
To all the council members, and then.
Or do we respond?
Maggie?
Do we respond to Maggie asking her specifically to clarify that? Or do we request a meeting or both or?
I think I would like to request a meeting. I would like a few members of council to be there.
Yeah,
Of course, we can't have a quorum and neither can they. So unless anybody feels really strongly, I would suggest that Carson and I attend a meeting and ask for 2 or 3 members of council to attend as well,
Meeting with Maggie.
with Maggie involved as well.
That's a great
that
idea.
might take a while to set up,
It might.
but,
We could say it's
I
somewhat
think-
pressing because
Yeah.
it's really
The order
impacts
deadline, yeah.
your deadline.
our tree
Yeah.
ordering.
Monday. Okay, so, were we thinking of, Jim Spear as a former longtime member of the Shade Tree Commission? And also Jean, who is the current chair of the Public Health and Safety? Do you want to draft it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, I think we're kind of in a pickle here because, unless we just figure that because of this communication from the borough manager, we should just consider the spring 2026 planting, can't really happen as it ordinarily would.
Correct.
I think what I would like to do is, yes, I'll draft the email, see if we can get a meeting quickly, like maybe Friday. But we should discuss both scenarios. If we get a meeting and they'll roll things back, how many trees should we order and what should we order?
Right.
And if they don't roll things back, then we sort of, maybe we have to regroup or, I don't know. I mean, it is nice. We do always have tree authority available.
Right.
So if we don't have resolution by the time PHS's order form is due, we always can fall back on tree authority or other nurseries or whatever. I do feel a little bit bad because I feel like PHS actually extended the deadline for us because it was initially supposed to be yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I emailed
Mia.
Mia and said, hey, our meeting is the next day. Could we submit our order a day or two late?
Mm.
And she said yes.
Mm.
And then like the next day, the extension email came out with them. So
Maybe, I mean, it's been such a cold winter, maybe everybody's kind of not thinking about that. Would it behoove us if we don't get an answer, just make how small of an order would we feel comfortable making, like 10 trees or not even?
I would
Not even that.
not even, I think
Yeah.
0. I mean, we
Okay.
have no way of knowing, we can
Yeah.
plant anything. I would
Yeah.
never.
And I don't have anybody who's recently talked to me about it either. I mean, the only ones we have left over from last time was that magnolia that we wanted to replace.
So we have 2 magnolias and that complicates things too. We have 2
Right.
magnolias that we need to replace because I messed it up and got the wrong magnolias.
Were we
which
gonna
were too
try to
big.
transplant those or?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
Yeah, so both homeowners, we planted cucumber magnolias and we were supposed to
Right.
plant Virginia,
Oh, right.
which is a smaller tree. One of them is your neighbor, Win.
Min, okay, I was gonna say, not Pam, because she planted okay, there were two magnolias,
Yeah,
they would know, and, okay. What's the cucumber, it hangs like,
it
They're
gets
really
huge.
huge, big, long,
Oh,
like, they're really
yeah.
beautiful, they're
Yeah.
huge trees.
yeah,
What kind of magnolia? A, sweet,
Yeah, sweet bay.
sweet bay.
okay.
So one way or another, we do need to make things right for those two
Yes,
homeowners.
yes.
So we gotta get two Virginia and two sweet bays, which PHS is not providing anyway.
Right.
So we'll have to go through Tree Authority or another nursery, but that's not pressing time wise. We would ideally find two homes for the two cucumber magnolias though, that are coming out. And
I mean, are all of the trees that PHS offers really appropriate as street trees? Something like a cucumber magnolia, would we wanna plant that in a right of way? They're
No,
big,
because
right?
PHS changed their policy a few
Right.
years ago.
Okay.
yeah,
And when they changed their policy, they started
Change the
offering,
offerings, yeah.
they expanded basically.
Right.
I mean, they get huge, but so do oaks, so do elms.
Yeah.
We plant those as street trees.
Mhm.
It'll be 50 years before it's a huge tree.
Yeah, okay.
It
But-
depends on the street and the location
Yeah, or the wires,
of the wires.
all that stuff.
Okay, so I guess what we're saying then is, we do want to speak with the borough to, clarify. If we are not allowed to plant trees in yards, then we probably won't plant anything this spring. And, if they say, oh, that's not what we meant, we do want, or whatever, if there's something else, should we talk tonight about what we'll do? Because otherwise we're not meeting till March and then we plan in April.
Yeah,
I mean, we originally, well, Carson, you had brought up at the last meeting that idea of not planting in the spring and doing permanent. All that, I guess.
It is harder on the trees. There are other tree tender groups that, I think I told you that, I heard it at a tree tender meeting, that have stopped planting in the spring. But the other thing that we should all understand with Narberth, and if you ever look on the PHS website, I think you can see it, maybe I have access to something, but if you look at the list of tree tenders, we really plant more than most people. A lot of groups will plant like 3 trees. But there certainly are, like Philly Tree People, there are groups like us that are really planting, 20 or 30 of them.
So you're not proposing like, don't pull it from PHS and see if we can find some shade trees to plant? And then maybe smaller planting, you're saying like if they don't change the shade tree thing and we're not gonna do a spring planting at all? Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, we'd have to find people who will plant in the,
We certainly could.
I think this
could
is gonna
order
come up too,
PHS.
like, this is gonna feed into this discussion.
yes, exactly.
So listening to what you're saying, maybe there isn't a spring, just because we have two kind of big issues for the spring. It seems like that might not be resolved in time, even with the turn back, the deadline. And can you say to PHS, we're obviously you'll let them know we're having
an internal issue.
perfect storm of people issues.
Well, so one thing, as I was saying to Rick beforehand, we can do is ask the borough council if they can amend the ordinance
That's
to
true.
to allow us to plant trees, not just in the right of way. I mean, they're saying that this is what's in the ordinance, that we're only supposed to be planting street trees as it's defined.
Yeah,
We can ask them to.
the ordinance audit, I was looking for it because of the Tree City USA thing, which we'll talk about later. But the ordinance, the version of the ordinance that was posted with our Tree City application in 2023 was from 1998. So that's the most recent ordinance that has a reference to street trees. And Rick and I have worked on amended versions of that quite a few times. It's gone quite far, but it's never been, it was approved by Borough Council at one point, but then because of some administrative turnover, it never was implemented, but we could go back. We do have an amended version of the street tree ordinance, which has been reviewed by Borough Council in the past.
I guess what I was most curious about is this because, you know, there's some discussion about, oh, we should be planting trees, we don't want to be planting trees in the backyard, and is it, you know, that discussion, or is it based on money? Is it simply based on budget? Because if it's based on budget, we could perhaps say, okay, if we stay within this budget, you know, give us whatever,
Yeah.
1,500, 2,000, and we'll plant, well, so we could,
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
I mean, especially if we have had such a huge, you know, we've had some families that have ordered 5 trees, and like, maybe this is coming out of like, that we're just getting so many trees on properties that, and maybe our budget, I don't know, like historically, have our budget increased dramatically?
No,
Okay.
Well,
not
there's a
since I've been on the.
There's a number of things too, like I know in the past, looking at these old documents, people used to be asked to pay for their tree. And then it was planted for free.
Yeah, and that's.
Well,
what
that
we
was
did for-
because, now that was when Samantha was here, and that was because the Tree City USA. She wanted the borough to have it in it has to be in the borough budget for us to be considered Tree City.
Right.
We paid for it, but it was an optional, like,
Yes.
donation, but did I make that out to the borough? I don't, or
I think
would I
that's what
made
it
it out
was,
to
yeah.
the sheet? So I wonder how you even, if that was even, I remember writing that out, I'm like, how are they gonna know? It's, I mean, I put it on this
Yeah.
property, but how,
You know, way back when too, Fred Hansel was the chair of the Shade Tree Commission. He was also the assistant borough manager. And that was the time when things were done here with, you know, handshakes and beers, I think.
Mhm.
So it was much more, I guess, kind of loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
With like, we'll get you a tree, and the instructions to the homeowners were, you send a check afterwards. It was always like, just let us get through planting day,
Mhm.
then in a few weeks, just send a check to the borough for $50. But we were out of that process even, so I never had any idea who actually sent the
Was
check to
sending-
the borough.
Mhm.
So did everybody pay for their trees? Probably not. But most people probably did. And, you know, now people do from time to time say, can I make a donation?
Right,
And I
and you're
have to
told
tell
no,
them,
right? Yeah.
well, I explained to them, the trees are getting paid for out of Narberth's, the borough's budget. So if you want to make a donation, you'd be making a donation to the borough's budget,
Mhm.
which you can do. Or you can make a donation to PHS, the nonprofit that makes the tree planting program possible. So, you know, at the same time, I don't think we've gone through so many borough staffs in 10 years. I don't think all of them wanted to be receiving and managing individual checks for $50 for 50 trees either.
I mean, but I don't know, it just seems like it should be possible to write a check and say, put it line items for tree, and then they can, I don't know, can't the borough just sort of keep track and add that to the budget or?
I've thought about this a little bit too, in the 2.5 hours since reading that email. If the borough says we can still use our time and our volunteers to plant on private properties, but people have to pay for their individual trees, I'm gonna push back to the borough then, please give us an online order form with the new website.
Mhm.
yeah.
Let people pay
Yes.
by credit card, Venmo,
Right.
check, whatever.
Right,
But we're not bankers or treasurers.
No.
And I don't wanna be chasing people down after the fact for checks.
I mean, are all tree tender groups official commissions?
You know,
Need to
sometimes
be an
it's,
official commission?
yeah, we might not need to.
Read it, I mean. The 5 of us could all resign from the Shade Tree Commission become a tree tender group and do things on our own,
Yeah,
we could.
I have a lot of bureaucracy, I think.
It might, but then, we would
Then
lose.
we have to fund.
We would lose
self-fund.
we would lose the funding, we would lose the borough's assistance with picking up trees, delivering trees on
Oh, right.
It would have to be a larger volunteer group.
it. Yeah. So, okay. So it sounds like unless some kind of miracle happens, like tomorrow, we're probably not planning for a spring planting. Aside from, we'll have to figure out how to make it right on those two magnolias, but that's not time sensitive right now in February.
no, I'm serious.
Carson's got a source.
That Lower Merion Conservancy would be likely to assist us on finding 2 trees. And
Oh, great.
we have to request it, obviously, but they really want to see as many trees planted as possible, so I think they'll support us.
We can swap them to cucumber magnolia. It would go great.
It would go great.
Rolling Hill Park.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a
Oh,
We planned it out lot.
yeah, really good advice.
All right, well, we'll
Should that
address
be-
that at a future meeting.
Remain out of that.
We'll just, the minutes can reflect that we have 2 magnolias that need to
Yes,
be
okay.
replaced in the spring.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna discuss any of these other things. I did update the timeline.
You're gonna need to update it again.
Yeah,
Well, I can change my trips, the trips I've been planning, plan everything around the plantings, but.
Okay.
I mean, if you have a meeting, did you say you want to try and do it by the end of the week?
I hope so. I mean, I'd rather do it sooner than later.
Right.
I mean,
I
one
mean, I
way or
guess,
another.
it's pretty clear, so I doubt she's just gonna say, oh, well. No, so I really, it's not like we need to make a contingency plan at this point, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect Maggie to just say, okay, take it back, but
Yeah.
we have to start a dialogue since.
Right.
No one else has chosen to start a dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to tree maintenance, which we have our expected item. That was on the agenda, PHS training postponed due to.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, okay.
So I've been taking the, trainings, but the one that's the hands-on one.
Oh, yeah.
So the most recent correspondence I got from them, either yesterday or the day before, was that they're hoping to kind of piggyback on another organization doing a treatment. So like, the Penn State Extension or another group that's involved with trees, so, I'll let you know when that's decided, but. I
Is that
have
something that we can do, not having done the previous ones, or that was wasn't it like one virtual and one hands-on?
Mhm. No, it's 3
Free virtual.
virtual and 1 hands-on. I'm in the course right now. I mean, I've gone to the Zoom meetings, and I think there's one this week, but there might not be. So, in the wrong, it is February, right? Sorry.
Now it's February.
Yeah, I still have it tomorrow at 6 p.m., so I'm planning to attend.
You're just gonna let us know what you learned, is that?
Yeah, you know how with the regular tree tender training,
Yeah.
you go to like a park or something, you
Yeah.
dig a hole and put in a tree in?
Mhm.
That's what this was,
Right.
but they haven't been able, it's been postponed twice now, so I'll let you know at the next meeting when that actually happens.
Got it, okay.
Okay, well, while we're talking about tree maintenance, did anyone see the yellow flyer that was attached to their tax bills?
I hadn't opened my tax bill until you said that, and then I opened it, but I did see it in the Borough Blast. It's also there.
Yeah.
Christina,
And then there was a
can
whole-
you share
the
that
long thing.
design that you
Oh,
did?
really? I didn't see that.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Carolyn pointed me to that.
Uh-huh.
So I just have to ask, I would assume that this was included at the direction of the borough and not the direction of the tax collector.
Correct, I assume so also.
Yes.
Did the borough talk to any of the Shade Tree Commission members
No.
before sending this? Okay, so Christina put a lot of time and effort into making some nicer, friendlier materials a few months ago, which apparently went in one ear and out the other at the borough. And we came to a committee of council meeting of Public Health and Safety Committee and implored them after Carson and I got warning violation notices to please stop sending scare tactic violations and rather try to help educate people. And they nodded and we created the materials and they have seemingly ignored that message.
I just want to know, like, who's generating this? Where is it coming from?
When Carson and I got our notices,
Oh, yeah,
it was still under a prior staff. Matt West assured me at the time, Matt, our former borough manager, assured me at the time that the borough was not, this tree trimming and vegetation trimming was not a priority to the borough. They were not going out seeking violations. That if we received a violation, a neighbor complained.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a sharp turn from that message.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a different staff, but I also saw the president of council chimed in on that Facebook thread,
I didn't see that.
noting that if you have branches lower than 8 feet, you may be hearing from the borough. So don't know what to do with this except for maybe write another email and suggest that the borough consider using the materials that the Shade Tree Commission provided. And if they're going to send out another form like this, maybe run it by us because what they sent is technically incorrect. They list the pruning height as a maximum of 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a minimum of 8.
Where do you
Yeah.
even came up with
Well,
this
then I
graphic?
won't get fined because mine are not a maximum of 8 feet. I'm fine.
where did they come up with the graphic?
Yeah.
I don't know. AI maybe,
Mhm.
or
And-
an engineer.
And I mean, the right of way is a little, so it's funny, it's a little confusing to me what the right of way is. It's right of way is 4 feet from the sidewalk onto somebody's,
It's
Property.
different everywhere.
yeah.
Every street has,
Has
I
a,
mean, not every one, but it's different.
yeah, so this, okay, so this is why this is confusing. So, yeah, so this is really confusing. Like people are, people, when just even the way this is drawn, somebody said, oh, so we can't have, they were just looking and I didn't have my reader, and they were saying, look, you can't have a tree within 4 feet, even past your end of your sidewalk. And they were looking at my tree and saying, like, your tree shouldn't be, and this is height now that, but this is for the shrubs, but yeah, this is such a confusing, this is scaring a lot of people.
If you have hedges, like they go.
Well, and that is, I mean, I completely understand at certain points where, like, I have on Essex, there is a large hedge that
Comes in.
and goes up high, so it is hard, you can't even see the bus over the, like, until you move forward, so I guess that's real, but those houses could be dealt with on an individual basis, they're not
Yeah, right.
few and far between, yeah. That just seeing this, and what the tree is the biggest part of this, everybody's like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna plant a tree. Right. So I don't, and we understand that that this is incorrect, but sure, we don't want tree branches, that's why we have the pruning.
Yeah.
That's why we went around and did the pruning to be preempted before that was even, I think, before
Or it
received
made a
your,
big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're being proactive. Yeah.
So I will draft a second email, probably all the same people. I think I'm going to try to use some patience and not fire off any emails this evening. Try to
Probably, yeah,
tomorrow.
probably a good idea.
And I will try to send you all a draft first. I have made a mistake before sending an email too early and not even just saying anything too angrily, but missing a silly mistake. So I'll send you all a draft and it will, not be anything that requires like a vote or anything. Just, take a look at it, revise it, make edits, whatever. Any other gripes that need to be said? While we're
I'm
at
a
it?
little like gobsmacked, I'm a little like, what?
Yeah,
Like, it's,
And again, we all understand first, without these, but of course, we don't want trees and branches hanging down over sidewalks where they're in people's way.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a branch like that in and we took it down because yes, it was, but
I think it's a lack of communication. To me, I mean, this is the reason I'm upset about it. It's like, I feel like some of these things should have been run. But
Yeah,
why is somebody
it
not
would-
here talking to us about this
yeah,
right
it
now?
would be nice, just where did this originate? Like
Yeah.
whose idea and where did it come from? And maybe there's a reason, because this all seems to be very, this is just the code, like, this is fine. And I don't think we would have found this as problematic. It should, and I appreciate a graphic, it's just a little tweaks. I'm almost wondering, I guess Rick, maybe the first business is to figure out where this originated, but we could easily this went out, so the genie's out of the bottle, so we could make some little corrections to this too. And plant a tree and a little shade tree commission down at the bottom. Or maintaining shade over this part of your sidewalk.
no, I was thinking that we could just suggest that they reuse what we had shared with them.
I'm trying, I could see why they. I can't read, I'd have to look at that, but, we could have easily done, this they needed to make very graphic, black and white, one color, so I could see why they wouldn't have wanted to print that color, like but I'm trying to remember what we said on there. It's gonna be a conversation, Rick's gonna find out, and maybe there's a very logical explanation for why. Maybe these are all tied together, maybe I'm curious if these two items were initiated together, the budget, planting shade trees, and this, or, where did these come about? Yes, that'll be interesting. We'll find out. And I'm looking at what we did our little tour thing.
Okay, so Narb Earth Day. And Tina, you had said that you wanted to do something with that, but Rick and I both have had the experience that it's not, the only people from Narber are the people working there or volunteering.
I think my problem is conflict.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll be picking Sylvia.
Oh, that's right, you said that.
I have no idea if I will,
If I'm
but if
not-
I'm around, I will.
If I'm not, I'll
Yeah.
definitely join.
I don't know when my kid's coming home, either one of them.
Okay, well, I think that maybe should we note in the minutes that there is chance that the Shade Tree Commission will not be available to,
But if.
we have to rent a table.
Any,
Oh, do we have to rent it?
Oh,
Is
do
there
we?
a cost
What's the-
associated
yeah,
with
what-
it?
It's a minimal cost, right?
It
20?
usually is like 10 or 20 bucks. I have the email, invitation. Did you guys get this?
I did not get
Yeah.
it.
All right, I'll just forward it to you
Oh,
all
okay,
real
great,
quick.
thank you.
But we have time on this one to
It's in May.
May 2nd.
May
I
2nd.
think May 2nd, yeah.
Early bird
Okay.
registration
Okay.
deadline is March 31st. So
Yeah,
even
so
if
we're
we
good.
push this till next month,
But I didn't see Earth Day, you're on our
Right,
right
next.
agenda, that wasn't.
Yeah.
Number 6,
I have a kiss.
our day.
Are
you gonna
you might be in the minutes.
She's talking about, gosh.
Save everything.
I'm in the draft minutes.
With Jesus.
Okay. What's going on here? I don't know what my problem is here. I'm in the wrong document. Six, why I have PHS training for tree maintenance postponed due to snow. That's number, okay.
Next one, the next item.
Number 7, Tree City USA application update.
No, number 6 is my birthday.
Okay, now I don't.
You might not be on in this document.
I know. I think I.
No, you're.
No. I'm going to the document.
The draft.
Did you click out of?
You're on
Emails
the,
or
you're on the
after?
draft minutes though, right?
Yes.
Or maybe the,
February.
you know, maybe the minutes got,
Minutes.
maybe the minutes, the agenda got, amended after
I
you
did.
made the copy.
I did update the agenda
Oh. And where you
yesterday morning,
did,
and I probably didn't save it to the right place. I think I just emailed it to the,
okay, I'm using the old one.
and that's where I just clicked into it.
Okay.
So added number 6, our Earth Day.
Okay, so what, we were on 1, 2, yeah, I went 1, 2, 3, 6. No. Is the PHS training, what is that, 4?
That's
5.
number 5.
5? Okay, I don't know what 4 was.
Or
We're
was spring
spring
planting 2026.
Okay, 4 and what's 3?
And 3 was
New
new
Google
Google
Drive.
Drive.
Ah, okay.
All right, I think those were the only changes I made. So NARB Earth Day for the minutes then, I think we will just be, we'll table this discussion until March. I have too many tabs open.
That's one of the few things in my life that I'm neat about is closing
Oh,
tabs.
I'm terrible.
But I got plenty of things in my life that I'm a totally rack about, so.
Well, the early bird registration deadline is March 31st, so we can figure this out in March.
Okay, that sounds good.
And I forwarded you all the email, $10 application fee, $15 after March 31st. Provide your own table and chairs. If it's a true hardship, they can help us. $25 suggested value raffle donation, not required for nonprofit exhibitors. We usually donate a small tree, and sometimes Jim Spear wins the tree.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to have a little laugh.
Yes, we're not a nonprofit, but we're like part of the borough. Honestly, that's. I'm opposed to that.
Okay.
All right, so we'll table that.
Okay.
Tree City USA application update.
So what's going on with that is I've now been, back and forth in touch with them a couple of times, like human beings, because
That's good.
our account was all messed up. When I finally got someone to go into it, she said we had 3 different people. One was Ed Harmon.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Ed Harmon?
Ed was the former director of Public Works before Jeff.
Oh,
Remember?
Right, I liked him.
He got sick and then,
Yeah. He was a good guy.
I don't, yeah.
Anyway, so I went in and I did everything, and then I was going through the application note part by part, and unfortunately requires that you post your Arbor Day from last year. Anyway, it's just a kind of an awkward thing. So the woman I talked to today gave me a different email to email, so we'll continue with that. Although I think that depending on our discussions with the borough, it might be that we won't qualify.
Right.
for the Tree City USA. It's kind of embarrassing because we do have 3 of the signs set up.
Yeah,
but-
well, but they can take them down.
Yeah, there we go. And that's all I wanted to say. So I guess you could say, Bettina, that any movement forward with Tree City USA will be dependent on whether we'll continue to spend. It's a minimum of $2 per person. So we have 4,500 people in Narberth. So the expected amount is about $9,000 a year that we would spend on planting trees. Although I have to say that on the application, they included the cost of salaries of anyone on
I was
staff who
gonna
works
say,
on
we haven't
trees.
spent $9,000 with 2 plantings, so it must be,
We get pretty close sometimes, and any of our other expenses count too, including tree, like borough tree maintenance budgets.
Okay.
So when Jeff contracts out pruning all the downtown trees, that counts for it too.
okay.
So that's all there is about Tree City USA.
All right, we're working on it.
And do we have to celebrate, and we have to celebrate, of course we celebrate Arbor Day, like, do you need to plan to organize anything?
That's usually, I think,
April
April
24th.
28th, 24th.
24th.
And usually what we do is we set it up so it's near where the plants we just planted, the trees we just planted
Mhm.
in April. And we have the mayor make a proclamation.
Is that part of the Tree City designation requirement?
Yep, there's
So
an
we'll have
event.
to do it in Wynn's backyard,
Yeah.
because we'll.
Planting one tree.
Oh, that's true. Well, we could move, or we could just plant one in one of our yards.
Yeah.
Who planted that tree? Is it along our property line or?
Don, you and I did that one.
Yeah.
That's the one you guys got, and I found.
Oh.
Oh, we didn't do that one.
But we were at that property.
You were there. They got 2 trees planted and you guys did one of them. And I was just going around doing QC for once and saw another tree laying there in the corner.
I missed a lot of excitement on this.
Don, Ralph, and I, guess we didn't.
No, I'm sure it did, yeah.
Sure, I didn't have my ringer, a lot of people were calling me that. Oh my God, it's the mess.
So anyway, Christina, it's the one back in the corner,
Okay,
like,
but
you know,
I know,
the streets intersect
yes,
opposite corner. Like, it's like behind a play structure.
yeah, but right by my patio, that's a great place for a tree. I love. It's funny, one of their trees, what it could really squeak, I talked to Andy about it, kind of squeaks. Have you ever heard that? It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
eerie sound.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's these 2 branches just going like, so.
Well, you know, Don, in our defense, we did find the tree that one team of volunteers said wasn't there at the condo
Oh,
on.
yeah. Oh, it's because the person actually did take it away and bring it back.
I'm trying to defend her.
Yeah, no, thank you, I appreciate
Okay,
that.
I don't think there's any, we'll keep going, Rick.
Okay, we don't have anything to discuss on the downtown tree plan, do we? Unless anyone has any surprises.
No.
And there's no subdivision or land development applications this evening. Number 10, is there any other business to discuss?
You can have a funeral or, sorry. I'm
Final
sorry.
motion?
I took that tree that you did plant in the right of way, like up by, like the old sweet navel, you know, like
Mhm.
by, so I.
Oh, the
I took-
architects.
Yeah, I took that one home and that other tree looks like it's doing pretty well. And we were trying to figure out why it's bad, but I found like all this spider, you know, like Halloween spider web,
Mhm.
like wrapped all around it. And I was wondering if that is
part of it?
above. They're just
The
in it.
roots
Like
are
I
in
just,
the tree
I
itself.
dug it out in the dark and I carried it home and I threw it in the pile, but I'm like making this dead hedge and I pulled it out and had all this Halloween spider webs in it. And I was like, did that have like stripes? I don't know what it was. But it was there.
Okay, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that one. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
Any opposed? No.
Okay, I'm now stopping the recording.